Back with Bunky, and here is my Asari Valkyrie. Okay, first of all, no, I don't have warp on my Valkyrie, and secondly, no, I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested. Honestly, yes, the best thing you can do is run the Valkyrie just like the Fury, okay? You probably want to spec out all your powers, okay? So you, in the same, pretty much the same way I'm doing it now, you would want durability for the first evolution, you'd want power damage for your next evolution, absolutely, and then you might want power recharge, but you can go with more durability, you really could. Power recharge might be better for you though, okay, if you were going the Fury route. For warp, you spec out pretty much the same way I've always shown you, okay guys? Go with detonate, especially on this character. You definitely want that evolution. Then you want expose, and then take pierce. Or you could take recharge speed here and go for extra durability on your tech armor. I just recommend between those two, somewhere you get some extra recharge speed, okay? Because the tech armor does slow down, you know, your power use. It makes your recharge longer, and if you've seen the Fury video, you can see just how important it is that you're able to just detonate constantly. Okay, that's how they survive. That's their crowd control. That's where their damage is done. For annihilation field, though, it is exactly the same as my Fury. Okay, I'm going to recommend you go with impact, radius, damage taken, and then drain. Okay, and then you get to the passive and the fitness. Okay. Now, I did make a point in the Fury video that, you know, these damage, the power damage bonus does not affect biotic explosions, okay? So, for that reason alone, I would only recommend that you go to rank 4 in her passive, the Asari Valkyrie, and take the damage and capacity, okay? Because then you're going to get the extra recharge speed, you're going to, you know, just because it makes your guns lighter. Because it's the capacity rather than the damage that you're after. Then that leaves you with enough points to go to 4th rank, so the fitness and get your ability, okay? And then basically you're going to, it's like what you've lost in the fitness, you've gained in the tech arm, okay? You got, what is that? That's a nice juicy. At the very most, you can get like a 50% damage reduction there, okay? And then literally just run around blowing stuff up like the Fury, and you just play it that way. But then what's the point in having two characters that do exactly the same thing? Okay, guys? This is how I play the Valkyrie, because I don't want two kits that do exactly the same thing, because I want a reason to pick one over the other. It's that simple, okay? This is how I play it. The tech armor, well, you've probably just saw it, but I'm going to tell you again. Durability, power damage, and then durability, okay? Because we're not... There's no warp, we're not doing any detonations, we're not using any powers really, okay guys, it's we want maximum health here, so trying to make a really tanky Asari get all the durability you can. There is no warp on my build, okay, I'm going to annihilation field, this is where the magic happens, okay? That's the same, okay? You just still want impact radius, you still want damage taken, you still want drain, okay? This is because the drain's increasing our tankiness. We're going to get our shields and stuff back off the enemy, so we're going to, damage taken is a debuff, okay? So as soon as we get close to the enemies, they're going to take more weapon damage, okay? Because that's what we're going to be all about. The Asari Valkyrie is actually maxed out on my one, and it's all for weapon damage, okay? Weapon damage, first evolution, headshots, next evolution, and then more weapon damage. Okay, and then of course fitness is all health and shields, okay? Durability, shield recharge, fitness expert. This is my tanky Asari. We've still only got 825 health and barriers because they are just as squishy as any human character, but it's that 50% damage reduction and the annihilation field, which is going to allow us to get away with stuff the other human characters couldn't ever imagine. Now, I'm going to be rocking and showing off. I always rock it, though. I'm not just doing this for the video. This is what I like to use on it. It was a good opportunity to use the gun, because it is a great gun. The AT-12 Raider, okay? It's getting the usual shotgun treatment. I'm sticking the smart choke on it and the high-velocity barrel. Okay, so we're going to go through armor. We've got great accuracy, all that kind of good stuff. Everything your shotgun needs. Because the Raider hits hard, it's really up there, like the Claymore. You get the 2 shots in, that's a lot of damage. Equipment though, it's simple guys. For the ammo bonus, you want warp ammo, okay? You do, you want it, you need it. For the armor bonus, you want again. You want cyclonic modulator. Okay, you need that too. Take the cyclonic modulator. Take your 3s and your 4s. Okay, you want to be as tanky as possible because we're not really tanks. Okay, this is all an illusion that we're going to be creating. For the weapon amp, I am going to be rocking the shotgun amp. Okay, so it's just more weapon damage there. And then finally for the weapon bonus, obviously I'm going to be taking the shotgun rail amp, okay? And that's us ready to go. Let me show you what I'm doing with this. So it is me, Dom, and Techno again, doing Unknown Gold. My Asari Valkyrie is going to hear the call, and we are going to Thessia, okay? We're going to... I love this map, actually. It's a really cool map. Stylish, it's attractive, but it's also it's got like a good balance of like confinement and open space. Actually, there's some tricky missions on it and stuff, but other than that, though, it's just really it just flows really nicely. It's just a sort of it's a glorified circle that you can just run in on Thessia. And we're gonna have some troubles this game. I'll call them out as they happen, I imagine. But the trouble's not going to be for me, okay? It's actually just going to be the game instead. So we're going to go against Reapers, okay? And straight away the tech armor goes on, okay? Dom's rocking the Paladin's Fire Shield, and I think Techno's the Havoc. Okay, and then basically, and the Annihilation Field business is exactly the same with the Fury. You want that on at the start of the wave. You want to take it off at the end of the wave, put a fresh on for the next one. But look, this is it, guys, okay? We just take a really hard-hitting gun. We run up. Annihilation Field sets them up for a biotic explosion, and then the warp ammo on this gun will destroy them, okay? She does hits really hard, okay? Just because Annihilation Field is just incredible for just setting up anything that's near you, and when you're rocking something like a shotgun where you get the bonus damage when you're that close, and with the warp ammo working magic with the fact that the enemy's primed for a biotic explosion, yeah, stuff dies super quick. And it's hard hitting. Obviously, you can get away with this as well because the Annihilation Field forces some enemies to spaz out. They don't like the fact that they're being drained, okay? Because it does do damage over time. That's why you want the power damage on the tech armor, because you can actually just sort of kill husks and stuff without shooting them with the Annihilation Field. And you get... Oh, I lost my train of thought there, actually. Shit, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, well, why you can get away with all this close combat stuff as well. And obviously, when any enemy that's got shields or barriers, you're going to take that away, and you're going to survive off their health. So you actually get stronger for doing this style of gameplay. Okay, you hit harder and you take more damage. The only drawback in this build, which does annoy me, is there's no real option for you to reload cancel. You might just want to do like a dodge roll and stuff. If it's like a little mooka or trash enemy, I'll just sort of melee them, just do reload cancel now and again. But you'll find with these big enemies, you want to sort of just pull out anyway. But I'll just weave them and stuff like that because the brutes just dive at you. But watch this now. He's got half health. And it's gone. You are incredibly strong doing it this way. I mean, you've got options, guys. I'm going with the Raider. I stuck the Raider on her just because I wanted a chance to try it out, and I love the results. I never bothered to look away. But there's plenty of notes. There's plenty of options. I said that because I was looking at my notes when I said that. Obviously, the Claymore's just going to be incredible in it. I mean, the Claymore hits so hard. You can just run around and claymore everything with warp ammo. You can go with the Riga, guys, and just do. I mean, that thing is insane at close range. And look, that's where we live in this game. You're just in the enemy's face constantly. So the Riga would just be ridiculous. You can go with the Piranha though, because that really does chew through armor, and you're gonna just chew through it super quick with the warp ammo as well. And then, you know, that's a lighter option. You can, the stuff like the growls just fine. I mean, that hits really hard. The wraith super light hits really hard. But the weight doesn't matter, guys, because the only thing we recharges is the annihilation field, and because we like use it once per wave, twice at the most. Yeah, you really don't need to worry about your recharge speed. So, you know, even though, yeah, the Wraith would just allow you to just take your Annihilation Field on and off, you can even just sort of, like, detonate it for a bit of crowd control if you really felt the need, but I just don't recommend it. Because it's not like you need to detonate that or your tech armor at all, is it? Because you can just, literally, Asari's got an incredible dodge. You can get away from nasties just by pressing back A, like it's that simple. But you know, you can, you know, if that's something that you know, it's just a little extra mechanic to throw into the game, in it, just sort of detonating your annihilation field or your tech armor, just a little bit of crowd control with that. It could be nice if you're swarmed. Although I can honestly tell you, I've never ever needed to do that. But you know, let's stick with it. Also, you can go with the Geth Plasma Shotgun as well, because that's an amazing gun, and you know, amazing guns work amazing on this build, guys. It's that simple. You can go with just high DPS though. I mean, the SMGs do kind of require you. That's me getting my buttons mixed up, by the way. They actually require that you get close because they're so inaccurate at a distance. So you know that there's reward in rocking an SMG as well for the DPS. I mean, you saw the Hurricane on the Fury, so go ahead and stick the Hurricane on the Valkyrie as well. Okay, that goes both ways, guys. Like all the guns I recommended for the Fury, it's just going to work amazing on the Valkyrie if you want the Fury build that I gave earlier. But as far as we're going, we can still rock the Tempest, and you can rock the Collector SMG, although not so much. I wouldn't recommend it because you really want to kind of break up the Collector SMG with like throwing powers out, so you know it's got a chance to recharge and stuff. And because we're all about weapon damage, you're kind of going to leave yourself, you know, it's going to run out of ammo. I think they're going to have some issues with it. You also don't want to snipe, guys. That's really not the point of the build. It's not, when I say weapon damage, it's not about just hitting hard. You want to be in the enemy's face as well, okay? But you want the warp ammo working with the annihilation field, so you need to be close. You really do. So shotguns are best for the issue. But if you want to, like, you want to play like that, with, if you like the whole snipey type thing, you're probably better off just using a pistol. Okay, there's pistols. You mean the Talon's awesome. Okay, you can use that. The arc pistol would be good. Okay, that a charged arc pistol shot hits hard. It really does. You'll be surprised. You can go ahead and try that. The Paladin, of course, is like a little pocket sniper rifle. The Eagle's a caster weapon. You can run around shooting that thing in the hip, that kind of SMG style. There's the Carnifex. You haven't got the Paladin. And the Executioner pistol. Okay, that'll be good for you too. You can get away with some assault rifles like the Harrier and the Lancer, just because they do incredible damage, and you know you can just drill the enemy. But you know the better options actually are like uncommon ones, like the Vindicator and the Faceton. Okay, they're actually really inaccurate. They actually want you to get closer, but it's not in your best interest to rock an assault rifle. Now, as you can see, Dom left the party there. Dom's actually lagged out of the game entirely. His game froze, so we've lost Dom for a bit. And I don't know when it happens, actually, so I'm just going to call it out now. We actually end up losing our pug too. So this ends up being a two-man. Yeah, the pug's just joined, but we're going to lose him instantly. So we already lost our pug. I didn't even realise, and we're going to lose this guy as well. It's going to be a two-man operation. I think he's going to jump in, not like the situation, and just leave again. So it's going to just be me and Techno for a bit. Yeah, so it is. But I'm going to do fine, guys. I'm going to do a lot of damage. Dom's eventually going to unfreeze his console, come back on and join us as the Cabal, actually. He just decides to play here instead. It's just Dom coming back now. Although Dom doesn't jump back in the game mode, he's just having a bit of a moan and a bitch in the lobby at us because he's lost all his equipment and stuff. It is annoying when that happens. It sucks. It really, really sucks that you just lose everything. You don't get the credits that you earned if you did a mission or anything. Literally, you don't get nothing for what you've done in the game until you complete the mission. And you know, life doesn't work like that. Okay, you know, you can lose internet connection. Yeah. Computer can crash, you know, you might be called out and stuff like that. So it really sucks that you end up just a loser if you don't finish a game on the multiplayer. But what are you going to do? I see the pug gets insta killed here. I think that might be the reason he leaves. And I think Techno just got crapped as well then, so it's just me going to finish off this wave. But look, I hope you can see how I'm working the Banshees. I'm working the Banshees with the Asari's incredible invasive abilities, okay? I can get up close to her, set her with the Annihilation Field, pop the 2 shots, and then just duck out. It only takes 2 of those, and the Banshee says that by that point the Banshee's taken so much damage, she's going, fuck it, I'm going to start shooting you with warp and stuff. And that's like the worst thing she can do, actually. So when she's in the caster stance, it's super easy to kill her. But you can basically, once you strip her barriers, it normally you just need to get close, pull back and shoot, get close, pull back and shoot, and then and then that's just it. Then she just goes into caster stance like she just did. See, 2 shots. It took 2 rounds to just make the Banshee change her mind there. But see, now that you have seen me burst my tech armor, and that wasn't me trying to hurt the Banshee or anything like that. What happened is that I'm just so used to reload cancelling with the Y button, and, and it's been a while since I played the Asari Valkyries. This was like basically this was the first game I played with her for the video, and I liked what I got from it, and I just went with it in the end. But you know, that's why I've sometimes like detonated my tech armor. Then it's just me trying to reload cancel and just not getting used to it. Because that is the biggest drawback of my build here, guys. Is there's no real reload cancelling mechanic apart from just ducking out. To be honest. I'm going to give you some equipment choices. Although I'll be perfectly honest, there aren't many. You do want warp ammo, okay? That's what this is all about. It's all about using Annihilation Field to set up and warp ammo to knock down, okay? You want a cyclonic modulator, guys. You do. I mean, we're not actually tanky. This is all an illusion, okay? So literally get massive shields so that when we're stealing shields and we're getting them back and stuff, then you know that's how we're surviving. We've got. I mean, a cyclonic 4 gives you 150% increase to your shields and stuff. So because we've got like 800, we're looking at 1,600 and something. Well, over that actually, we're more than 1,700 and something. So they're decent shields, okay, and we can just keep getting them back off all the shielded enemies and stuff. You do want the cyclonics though, guys. You really do. Your Highlands. For the gear, you want a weapon amp, guys. You want weapon amp or weapon amps. I mean, like I said, your recharge speed doesn't matter. So you can go ahead and rock 2 guns if you wanted to. You know, just give you some options, you know, close range and distance range, help you, you know, as you can do your uploads and stuff. I don't see the need though. I think just go for something hard hitting, you'll be fine. But yeah, so I'm rocking the shotgun amp obviously, but you just take the necessary amp. I mean, obviously there's gears that do also like densified ammunition and stuff like that makes all your weapon. You know, just look, you want weapon damage, guys. It's that simple. But obviously, if you you know, if you still struggle with this kind of gameplay, you want to be even stronger. The shield options, guys. There's nothing wrong with going like the shield booster, the stronghold package, and the survivor loadout. Okay. But you know, let me make an important point here. Okay. I mean, this is pretty different, okay? Then this isn't. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is not the best way to play the Valkyrie. If you did go around doing the Fury thing, you're going to do so much more DPS than you can do with this. This one's like just running around doing hard raw damage, and it's really quite satisfying actually. I do recommend you give it a go at the very least. But you know, the reason I push this build actually is just because. You don't need 2 characters to do the same thing. I mean, I'll tell you straight now, in my opinion, yeah, the Valkyrie is probably better for that style of play that the Fury does, okay? She's a bit slower, because Warp, obviously you can't spam it as frequently as Throw, but ultimately she puts out more damage because Warp is debuffing the enemies, and the detonation is actually stronger with Warp, okay? The explosions do hit harder. So, you know, you can give the job to the Valkyrie if you like, and maybe you could just make the Fury rock Dark Channel. But, you know, sadly again, the Huntress, the Asari Huntress, does a better job with Dark Channel, okay? The Retaliation Asaris really ripped everything that was unique and great about the Fury offer. They really did. In fact, Retaliation in general released a lot of characters that do stuff that we were already able to do, okay? But, you know, the Fury's still still great, guys. I hope you saw the video. She's amazing. You don't want to lose her because, you know, this is something that you can't do with the Fury, but you can do with the Valkyrie, and that's what I recommend, guys, because the Fury didn't stop being great, okay? She never stopped being great. She's still an incredible character. I mean, the Valkyrie, you know, if you want to give them pros and cons, okay, the Valkyrie's so much better at killing bosses, and the Fury's actually so much better at killing mooks and stuff. But in the long run, the Valkyrie comes off better, but the Fury's still really good at it, and this is why I wanted to give the Valkyrie her own niche, and this is it. Okay, she can tank. You can give her just a hard-hitting gun and tank because she's got the tech armor. The Fury doesn't. The Fury is she is super squishy. She needs to kill or be killed, whereas the Valkyrie, as you can see, guys, can really just sort of get in the enemy's face and hit them hard. Okay, and this is fun actually. It's simple, but it's actually really fun. It's I don't know. I think what I like about it is like you hit hard like a soldier, but then you've got the maneuverability of like an adept, and that is an interesting feel in the game, and I give it a try, guys, because it's not that it's ineffective. I mean, I hope you can see I am completely wrecking the stage here. I mean, I'm up against the Reapers. They're one of the worst enemies of enemy factions to go up against with a close quarter character, just because they got nasty sync killers. The Bwnci arguably one of the nastiest, although the Praetorian really wins that award, to be honest, because you really don't want to be close to the Praetorian. But the thing is that with this, I mean, I'll tell you how to take on a Praetorian, and it's super simple, guys. Get them when they're flying, because they literally just go up to them when they're flying and shoot them, and they'll land, you pull back, and then they'll probably start shooting a laser. You can just run up, shoot them again, but you can take on every faction like this, but this is just a fine example. It was quite great that we got the Reapers. If I had got collectors, I could have really solidified the point. But you can go up against these enemies that you really normally wouldn't want to go close with, because you can just dance around them with the Asari's incredible evasive abilities. Okay. And because we're rocking such a heavy hitter like the Raider or even the Claymore, that would be my other second choice. Okay, with the warp ammo, okay, armor's just a joke. Just like it's basically one clip to take out Ravengers. It's 2 clips to take out a Brute. It's like 3 or 4 clips to take out a Bwnci. To be honest. 5 at the most, and that's only if you're missing some pellets, to be honest. But if you just get up in her face and hit, it takes 2 of them to take her barrier off, and when she goes into caster stance, if you just get up close and aim for the head, guys, you'll take her out in another 2 shots. See, look, a barrier was off, and I went right through half of her armor. See, then that was just body shots, so that only did a quarter of the damage, and this will finish her off. It's powerful. It's a lot of weapon damage. This is like a really nice example of just what warp ammo will do with primed targets. Okay, this is a great example of it. Because essentially that's what the build is all about. It's literally about just shooting primed targets with the warp ammo and just doing a ton of damage, and that's how it works for all. Because I've always I think I've given that point with literally about every biotic character I play, is that you can stick warp ammo on them and you just do a ton of weapon damage in between your attacks and stuff. And this is how it works, guys. You can see now this is plain as day, because this is what we're all about now. Yeah. I mean, obviously, warp ammo also weakens armor. Okay, it weakens armor. So it's like you do the first hit, and then the next hit is actually stronger. It also another value to the warp ammo is that it actually makes biotic attacks stronger. It might just be in correlation with the fact that you're weakening armor, but I think in general, with any kind of health bar, if you hit them, if you shoot it with warp ammo, biotic attacks actually become stronger with it. So this warp ammo is really amazing ammo, but something like this character is just it's absolutely what you want. I mean, armor-piercing, drill, and maybe incendiary would probably be other choices, but you're really kind of missing the point unless you rock the warp ammo on this character. I'm actually quite fortunate. I get warp ammo a lot. It's it's that and cryo, and a couple of disruptors get thrown in. But what are you gonna do, eh? The store's the store. It ain't gonna change. Obviously, what's great about the Annihilation Field as well, stuff like the Swarmers, they're non-existent for you. You just walk up to and nom, eat them up. I do. I like this character though. It's a fun way to play, and yeah, it's platinum ready. Okay, when you're doing because really, guys, there's all this fucking hubbub about platinum. Platinum is the best way and easiest way to beat platinum is to just shoot it. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, as sad as it is to say, is that weapon damage is just boss in this game. Okay, you'll always do better with a weapons character, okay? So as soon as you hit hard with a gun, you're gonna do platinum easy because that's what whittles down the health bars, okay? I mean, there's some really powerful, hard-hitting attacks in there, and that's not to say that they're crap at all or they're weak or anything, but they're just weaker than just gunning. So you know, characters like this that I'm showing you now that just do a lot of weapon damage are just absolutely platinum ready, okay? I've brought it to platinum and I've done very well, very, very well with this build, okay? Watch the brutes though. It's like when you shoot any of those armoured platings on them, a lot of them do come off, like the belly plates and the shoulder plates and stuff like that. If you shoot them, they come off, and then it's just a weaker. Well, then it becomes normal damage. But when they're on, okay, he actually has very heavy damage reduction. Okay, so you really want to be careful there. So this is wave 10, we got the upload here, and now it's just me, Dom, and Techno, okay, I know the pug's gone. And we're just going to basically dance around the upload and get it done. I mean, what's great as well, I mean, you can still do the whole Fury role with this build as well. You can still frontline an adept team because you still prime everything for a biotic explosion. So you know, if you're going around with any biotics and stuff, you're going to get biotic explosions as well because you're just this guy who. So not only are you just churning out a ton of weapon damage, but if you've got anyone following you, you're just going to get they're going to detonate for you, and that's even more points. You know, if you love them. Oh, and this is it, guys. This is like my only death in the game. That bitch just came through the wall and took me out. So it's but the upload's pretty much done. So Dom and Techno are just going to finish it off. I'm going to call Techno out to do a cleanup missile, and this is going to be done in a second. Yeah, as soon as the credits are up, guys, you can just do a good missile, and then there's not going to be many enemies left. Then I think they've just got like a brute and two brutes and a Ravager now. An interesting sitcom. It's been a while since I played with that Cabal character yet, and I'm still not happy with her, to be honest. Not that I dislike the character. I do like the character, but there's my build. I just want to find. I want to find a gun that complements it better, to be honest. I still haven't played with that, actually. I mean, I think I've already mentioned now that I'm really happy with my my Collector and my Alliance Infiltration Unit and my Juggernaut. But it's it's just my Krogan Warlord and her now. I really want to sort of work out some kinks too. Before the video, and I am kind of on edge now. This is the Valkyrie, guys, so literally the next Sentinel is going to be the Krogan Warlord again, and I really want to kind of get my hands on the Venom shotgun and play with that, you know, before I bring that video out, so there might be a little bit of delay there. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest, because I want something stronger from the Krogan Warlord. It's that simple. Then here we go, then this is extraction, so we're just going to wrap it up here. I will not die again. Bitches won't grab me. But that's it, like, it's only cheap deaths like that get you, I mean, because you can just outmaneuver all these big enemies. Look at the dopey bastards, they can line up one by one. I'm just going to eat through them all. Just, it's really good damage, guys, it's incredible damage. Like the Fury though, guys, you know, weapon fire is your worst enemy. So you kind of things like the Ravengers and stuff. You want to pick them off. You want to take them out quick. You want to close the gap. Just charge in, guys, because up close is where you're strongest in every respect. This is why I'm always going to kind of recommend shotguns for the build. I mean, the SMGs are a great choice, but the shotguns, you get the extra damage bonus and all that kind of good stuff too. Yeah, I suppose you can see now with that lovely 50% damage reduction, and you just tank a damn sight more than the Fury could ever hope to do, and this is why you get to do stuff like this with the Valkyrie. She is awesome, guys. She's a very, very good... She's one of the best characters that came out in the Retaliation DLC. And if you did just play her the Fury way, you know, you'll definitely see why. But I love the Fury. I always did. There's never been a problem with the Fury. There still is no problem with the Fury. Why would I want to sort of give her job to somebody else? There we go then, 3 seconds on the clock, and I think we're going to get a full extraction. Boom. I'll make sure we do. But yeah, okay, that was my preachy game commentary. Okay, I seriously, guys, literally try and get yourself some nice experiences from the game. Okay, you know, don't make two characters do the same thing. Really analyze them and try and see some interesting synergy between their powers. Put a different weapon on. I mean, obviously there's some culprits out there which are just always going to be the best ones for the job, but there's some other ones that's got some great little you know, features and aspects to them, and you can slap them on. They're unconventional, but they work, guys, and that. You'll be surprised just what a difference a gun makes, okay? But that's the video. I'll keep them coming. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, guys. Take care now.